So what actually is wild camping? Well, you need a tent, you need a sleeping bag, pillow, you need a little stove for all this lovely hot chocolate, something to light up and a bit of a treat. You need the night sky, a night under the stars. And where, you might ask, is my location tonight? Well, it's my son's back garden. Probably not be able to see now. Hold on, I switch on my light. Okay. Not sure if you can see that. There's a swing. My house is just in the distance there. I don't even know if you can see it. Anyway. The point I'm making is it still a wild camp? My intentions are to go on a wild camp up in the Mournes. So I'm sure there'll be some people looking at this and thinking, there's real Egypt there. Has she any idea what she's doing? No, I don't. I actually don't have any idea what I'm doing. So hence the reason why, oh, there's a lovely spider. And I don't like spiders. Brilliant, brilliant. Don't go into my hot chocolate. Let's move that first. I don't really want to share the tent with you, so way on. I'm going to have to lift that and throw it because it's heading back, straight back over into my tent. Jeepers creepers. Anyway, the whole point of this is no, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm trying it out in my son's garden. It actually only took me 10 minutes to pitch the tent, so I'm very happy with that. The sleeping arrangements, got this silver foil, which is actually doubled up because it's quite big, vintage special. Same with the mat underneath. Now it's not one of those fancy jobs where you inflate it with a self-inflator. This was inflated by moi. So I don't even know if it's going to last. But this is the tester. This is the reason I'm doing this, to test it out. Sleeping bag is from my son, but it's his 2-season sleeping bag, and to be honest with you, I'm not holding out any luck with it. Okay, as you can clearly see, I'm new to the game. So I've got this online. It's these foil sheets that everybody talks about. Mine is the size of a king size bed. But we're going to fold it in half and put it at the bottom. Okay, all blew up. Now, it's looking the part, but I'm just not feeling very confident that this is going to work. I'm going to let you into a little secret. I brought out an extra blanket, and I know I wouldn't be taking that up in a wild camp, but hey ho, we're just trying out the tent tonight. Of course I have an iPad as well. And a hot water bottle. Now, this is not necessarily something I'll bring whenever I eventually do go up into the Mournes. But listen, we'll have to give it a go. Wished. But hey ho, I'm only like 100 yards from my house. So I can carry it to the tent. No bother. But will I be comfortable? Now this is the thing. Of course I'm on a good patch of grass. It's flat. There's no rivers nearby, there's no wild animals, well apart from my fudge, and she will probably join me later on, I would say. She was already trying to sneak in earlier. That's my cat, by the way. But is it still a wild camp? Your thoughts in the comments would be appreciated. It kind of is. You're still outside. Alright, it's not in the forest where you're open to the elements. But it's still outside. It's in a tent. It's not in your bed. And I know I have the luxuries here today. They won't be with me when I eventually do this. But it's still a wild camp. And for those of you who are asking, I have an outside toilet. I don't think my son would appreciate me peeing in his garden. I'm not going to take the reality that far. I don't think he would appreciate that. So we'll save that for another day. Having a midnight feast. Well, 11:30. Jeepers. The wind's starting to pick up a bit. And I've decided to have another hot chocolate because I can. It definitely gets cooler as the night goes in. Before we've been to the toilet, my outside toilet. That's heating up pretty quick. You've got to do it. That's excellent. Hello, fudge. Hey, puss puss. Coming up to midnight. Had to get the serious hat on. It's getting chilly. I'm really seriously trying to figure out, would I be able to cope without my hot water bottle? Like, it is a real luxury. And it is nice and cozy, I have to admit. I think it would be worth taking the extra weight. I like my heat, so this is so unusual for me to be out here. Inner city noises. Inner city? I'm in a town. Town noises. Not wildlife noises, wild camping noises. This is backyard noises. This is serious stuff. My cat's trying to get in. I have asked her and invited her in, but now she's trying to get on top of the tent. And I'm having to shoo her off. I'm afraid of her plucking a hole in it, to be honest. She better not. Hot chocolate, my God, you couldn't beat that. That is lovely. It's 6 in the morning. I've had quite an eventful night. Once I get my bearings, I'll maybe look at it all and assess it all. I know I have a ton of questions, and maybe I could get some help and advice on bases and inflatable bases and sleeping bags. I only learnt there about an hour ago because I had the pillow inside the hood of the sleeping bag, if you get my meaning. And then of course it sort of came to me, if I take that out, put that over my head, and then put the pillow underneath. Surely that would be better, and it was a lot more comfortable. But am I even doing that right? Is that right? So, first, your cat's outside. Anyway, once I get freshened up and changed, maybe an hour's cap, I'll review the whole night and come up with a few questions. But overall, the experience has been very good, hasn't put me off, and I definitely want to do this again. So looking forward to future hikes and future camps. Bye for now.